on, everybody? It's JetsCentral coming back with another video, and news was made yesterday when the New York Jets went out and hired their new head coach, Adam Gase. Right, Adam Gase, the ex-Miami Dolphin head coach, and I posted my video on it, giving you guys my true, unbiased, honest initial thoughts on the hiring, and it was pretty obvious. Adam Gase wasn't my number one choice, right? I actually preferred a few different candidates to Gase, and then judging the level of satisfactory on the hire through Jets Twitter, through the comment section actually of that video, through different friends and family members, texting me and calling me throughout the night to talk about it, it's pretty safe to say that Adam Gase was not the number one choice on realistically any New York Jets fans list. And it makes you sit there and scratch your head and question a few things. But I said, you know what? I kind of came to the realization that I'm a New York Jet fan, right? I'm a diehard New York Jet fan. That's just the way I'm wired. I just love this team. And Adam Gase is the head coach. Again, not my first choice. I would have preferred McCarthy. I would have preferred Monken. But I can't sit here and cry over spilled milk, right? I can't sit here and moan and groan about the hiring. What's done is done. Adam Gase is a New York Jet. And the only thing I can do right now as a New York Jet fan, as a diehard New York Jet fan, is support him and hope he does well. And what I basically did was I said, you know what? I have to come up with 5 positives. I'm going to come up with 5 positive things about the New York Jets hiring Adam Gase. And hopefully by the end of this video, not only will... or I guess I'll hope that I could give you some encouragement about this hiring and even convince myself a little bit that this was the right hire. Okay, so point number 1 is this: underdog mentality. And I know it's a little woo-woo-y to say the least, and some people will roll their eyes at that one. But think about it for a second. Have you ever been fired from a job? Have you ever got dumped by a significant other? Have you ever been told that you're not good enough? I have. And for me personally, a switch goes off. The switch flips. A fire ignites. And Adam Gase was just fired by the Miami Dolphins. Now he gets to play them twice a season. Think about it. Adam Gase is going into this New York Jets locker room thinking every NFL fan thinks I suck. The Miami Dolphins said I wasn't good enough. A potential defensive coordinator, Greg Williams possibly, Vance Joseph possibly, just got fired as well. Do you think Adam Gase would look at Greg Williams? Do you think Adam Gase is going to look at Vance Joseph and say, hey, we just got fired. You got fired from Denver. You got fired from Cleveland. I got fired from Miami. Let's all rejoice with the New York Jets. Let's prove everybody wrong. Let's shut everybody up. We got $100 million cap space. We got the 3rd overall pick. We got young pieces on defense. We got a young rookie or a young second-year quarterback in Sam Darnold. Let's go prove the world wrong, and let's go shut some people up. So the underdog mentality, the chip on the New York Jets' shoulder, or on really Adam Gase, on Gase's shoulders and the defensive coordinator's shoulders, I believe is going to play a pivotal role. I think if Adam Gase comes in with the mentality of everybody thinks I suck, everybody's telling me I'm not good enough, I'm going to come in and turn everybody around. I'm going to win the Jets fans' hearts over like that. I think that would be really, really beneficial. And it actually gets me going thinking about it, because when I'm backed into a corner, I know when, people out there are told that they're not good enough for something, whether it's a major thing or even a small thing, it sometimes flips a switch. And maybe that switch was, maybe that flip switch for Adam Gase was all that he needed to become a great head coach. Look at Pete Carroll. He sucked with the Jets. Did not do well with the Patriots. Legend in Seattle. Look at Bill Belichick in Cleveland. Told he wasn't good enough. Sent him packing. Legend with the New England Patriots. Now, I'm not saying, of course, Gase is being compared to Pete Carroll and Bill Belichick, but I'm just saying it's been done before, where teams may not be making the right decision there in firing the head coach early. So that's point number 1, the underdog mentality. Number 2, he's an offensive mind. Adam Gase right now is smarter than any single really smarter than any single coach the New York Jets have had in the last 5 seasons in regards to offensive X's and O's. He's smarter than Jeremy Bates. He's smarter than Marty Morningwig, smarter than Rex, smarter than Bowles, smarter than Casey Rogers. Gase is going to bring a level of offensive. He's going to bring an offensive standard to this New York Jets building that this Jets team has not had in quite some time. So Adam Gase, being the offensive mind that he is, hopefully he can take what we already have add some pieces through free agency, add some pieces through the draft, and put those playmakers, put those players in the best position to have success. Because, quite frankly, I don't want to say he has the key that unlocks like the door or anything like that, or that unlocks the potential, but he gives the New York Jets offense a better shot of succeeding than Bowles, than Rex, than Bates, than Morningwig, than Gailey, all these guys. Gase he's a smarter offensive mind than anybody that the New York Jets franchise has had coaching that team in quite some time. So point number 3, this was Sam Darnold's choice. Believe it or not, the New York Jets right now, Mike McCagnon, Chris Johnson, the people that were making this search, they had Sam Darnold's opinion on everything, and this was Sam Darnold's number 1 guy. They interviewed a ton of candidates: Caldwell, McCarthy, Monken, Rule, Kingsbury. They met up with so many people, Bieniemy, and Sam Darnold chose Adam Gase. Sam Darnold felt comfortable moving forward with Adam Gase. He got the Sam Darnold seal of approval. He got the stamp, right? So Sam Darnold right now likes what Adam Gase is selling. He's buying in, and he picked Adam Gase. So as a fan, it's pretty cool knowing that our quarterback that has a really high upside that everybody loves, right? Media, coaches, players, everybody loves Sam Darnold. If he is saying that Adam Gase is the guy that's going to take us over the top, that's pretty encouraging. And you can make the argument Sam Darnold is 21 or 22 years old. What does he know about NFL coaching? Well, when Adam Gase and Sam Darnold met up and talked, whatever was said, Darnold loved it. And it made Darnold say, I want Gase over McCarthy. I want Gase over Rule. I want Gase over Monken. So it's Darnold's guy. Darnold wanted this. Darnold wanted this to happen. Okay, so that's point number 3. Point number 4. Say what you want about Adam Gase. Despite the let's be honest, the crap numbers, the defensive ranks, the offensive ranks, he, in the wins and loss column, he actually did a decent job, and I've always given Gase credit in that regard, where he seems to squeak out wins here and there with below average talent. You can make the argument that the Miami Dolphins are a bottom 5 talent team in the league, next to the Jets, next to the Niners. There's a few other teams out there that don't have as much talent, or that don't have a lot of talent. The Miami Dolphins are right in that list, right? They are in the bottom. They're in the dumps, right, of talent, especially when they got rid of Jarvis and Pouncey and Sue and Ajayi, right? The Dolphins don't have any talent, really, at all on that team. Right? You factor that in with Ryan Tannehill getting hurt and missing like half the year, and he's always hurt. He's always dealing with something. You take a look at what Adam Gase did with this below average roster. He managed to make it to the playoffs. Yeah, he didn't win a game in Pittsburgh, but his quarterback was Matt Moore. All right, the backup quarterback that, quite frankly, nobody's had success with, being the coach of. He made it to the playoffs year 1. Year 2, it was a huge drop off. I'll give you that. Just bad drop off. There was a lot of questioning in the locker room. There's a lot of question marks surrounding, a lot of red flags going on with that Dolphins team in year 2. But then in year 3, once he kind of cleared out the egos, cleared out the personalities, he got that below average roster to 7 wins. Well, in reality, let's be honest here, it should have been 6 wins, because that fluke play against New England, I'm not going to sit here and give him credit for that, because that's just, anybody can call up that play. Gase had no expertise in that specific play, and it was just luck of the draw. So 6 to 7 wins, you could call it like that. Point being is that Adam Gase seems to be able to rack up wins with a very, very poor roster. So he's finding ways to win, which is somewhat of a good thing. And then point number 5. He has intel, and this one's a little bit of a reach, but it's true. He has intel on the Miami Dolphins. He knows the tendencies of those players. He has game plan for Bill Belichick. He has game plan for Doug McDermott. He has experience playing it within the AFC East. That I don't think is something to scoff at, right? When you can say, when you can look at Adam Gase and say, hey, he knows every secret of that Dolphins organization right now, and of course they're obviously going to be bringing in a new head coach. It's not going to be the same systems, but he knows the tendencies, he knows the strengths and the weaknesses of that team. He beat us pretty much every time they played, right? The Jets and the Dolphins played. So Adam Gase is coming over to this Jets franchise right now, and even though we're not Super Bowl contenders, even though we're not the favorite to win the AFC East, he's still bringing over a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of understanding of how the teams in the AFC East played. You know, he has beat the Patriots. He has beat the Bills. He has beat the Jets many times. The only other team is the Dolphins, and he knows the ins and outs of that organization through and through. Again, he's not going to know the new system, potentially Chris Richard, whoever, but he knows Minka Fitzpatrick. He knows the players on offense. He knows what the players are good at and what they're bad at. So hopefully in that regard, Gase will just give the New York Jets a leg up in those, within the division. So I'm going to leave it there. Those are 5 positives or 5 potential positive outlooks that you can look at this hiring and say, hey, here are 5 things right now that I can look forward to, that you can look forward to moving forward. So I'll leave it there. And again, Adam Gase wasn't my first hire. I know that, you know that. I would have preferred a whole bunch of other candidates. But like I said before, I can't moan and groan. He signed. He's the coach. I got to support him. I will support him. I'm a diehard New York Jet fan through and through. First things first, Jet fan before any fan, right? Jet fan before any fan. Fan of another team, excuse me. So I'll leave it there. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, go Jets.